Do you remember back when Tesla, it was discovered, had plans to double the size of the Gigafactory in China, making it by far the biggest car factory in the world? Well, that was years ago. And it was believed then that Tesla would manufacture the Model 2 and or the Model A in China. Why? Because they have the design center. It's being designed, or it has been designed, in China. And instead, Tesla decided to scrap that idea. Doesn't matter if we've already started producing or pre-producing these cars in China, and build a factory in Mexico. Mexico of all places. I mean, really, look at the manufacturing worldwide of automobiles. It's massive in China now. However, why is it that Tesla said, no, we're changing our China strategy? Well, I'm not really sure, but I know that it's likely to be a good thing. Recently, Charlie Munger, who is the partner of Warren Buffett at Berkshire Hathaway and considered an investing genius, has joined into the growing chorus of Tesla skeptics in China. He, along with Jim Farley, say that Tesla is in big trouble in China. BYD is so far ahead of them. However, Tesla's latest results have emerged from China, and it turns out they're doing much better than some of their rivals. In fact, whilst General Motors has lost 30% in sales this year versus last year was a bad year for GM as well in China, same thing with Ford, Tesla has managed to increase its sales in the world's most competitive electric car market. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. These are the results from Tesla in China for the first 3 months of this year. And if you are one of those who agree with Charlie and Jim and the chorus of people saying that Tesla will fail in China, such as NIO's CEO, then this information might come as a bit of a surprise to you. Tesla's Q1 revenue from China was up 6.86% from Q4 to $4.9 billion. Meaning, Q4, it was not too bad for Tesla, Q4 2023, but they've increased their revenue 6.9% in spite of the fact that they massively discounted their cars. How is that possible? Well, sell more at a lower cost, and you can actually decrease the cost of manufacturing those products. Here's one thing that I heard recently from a CEO in China. He said, the CEO of a rival to Tesla, he said you need to make at least 500,000 electric cars in a single model to break even. Now that's of course for his car company. It may be different for everyone. But I think that's one of the key things to take away here. Increasing production is massively important to decreasing the cost to produce that product. In the first quarter, China contributed 21% of Tesla's revenue. That was up from 18.8% in the fourth quarter. What this means is that Tesla's revenue, unlike what the experts had claimed, has actually grown in the first quarter in China, although its global revenue declined in the quarter compared to the fourth quarter. So it appears as though, contrary to what people believed, Tesla is actually potentially making more money in China now than what it was in the fourth quarter of last year. Whereas the inverse is the case for Tesla in most other markets. So it appears as though the so-called experts got the Tesla conundrum in China very wrong. Experts seem to have a habit of doing that. In the first quarter, Tesla's revenue from China was $4.9 billion, up 5.18% from 1 year ago, and up 6.86% from the fourth quarter of last year. That's according to a 10Q filing it made with the US Securities and Exchange Commission today. And this comes right on the verge of Tesla revealing the Model 3, the new version of the Model 3 in China. I believe it's going to be here in around 3 months. Then 6 months from then, we will see the new version of the Tesla Model Y. I think both of these upgrades, which are significant overhauls, will affect Tesla's ability to sell cars in China. Not only in China, though, worldwide. It'll be a significantly better product than the current one. The US electric manufacturer reported total revenue of $23.3 billion worldwide in the first quarter. That is an increase of 24.4% year on year, but it's down 4% from the fourth quarter of last year. That's mostly due to Tesla reducing the prices across the board massively. That means in the first quarter, the Chinese market contributed 21% of Tesla's revenue, according to cnevpost.com, up from 18.9% or 18.82% in the fourth quarter, down from 24.8% in the same period last year. So it is true that in the first quarter of last year, the percentage of revenue that Tesla was getting from China was higher. But I think this is a good thing. I think it's a good thing not to be so reliant on China, because this is a tough car market. I mean, everyone's losing money there. So it's probably a much better strategy long term for Tesla to minimize its dependence on such a volatile car market, such a volatile place. The US market contributed $11.2 billion US dollars, or 48% to Tesla's total revenue in the first quarter, which is actually a good thing. That revenue for Tesla is much bigger in the United States because Tesla gets incentives there. It gets incentives on the battery side and also for chargers. And then again, customers are getting incentives as well, $7,500 that customers didn't used to get. That will be a big driver for Tesla sales this year. International markets other than China contributed $7.2 billion, or 31% of Tesla's total revenue in the first quarter. Tesla announced on April the 2nd that it delivered 422,875 vehicles worldwide. That's an increase of 36.4% year on year, and it's up 4.3% from the fourth quarter. So you can see Tesla is making a lot less money per car right now, but it's still making money. That's the key here, because the competitors, the other car companies worldwide, they're not making money on their cars. Even BYD has reduced the prices of its electric cars. It was making an average of about $1,000 US per car. Now it's decreased its prices for many models by $1,000 to $2,000, even $3,000. It may or may not be making any profit as well. However, Ford are losing $20,000 per car. Xpeng and NIO around $15,000 in losses per car. CNEV Post says in the first quarter, Tesla sold 229,322 China-made vehicles globally. That's an increase of 25.9% from 182,174 in the same period last year, according to data released earlier this month by the China Passenger Car Association. That means 54% of Tesla's global deliveries in the first quarter were made at their factory in China. That percentage, though, is sharply declining as Tesla increased production at their factory in Texas and at the factory in Germany. But they're also planning to increase production in Fremont on the same production lines, by the way, by simply having more cars go through those same production lines, which should be happening with the new Tesla Model 3. They're also obviously about to build a factory in Mexico. And it's the key reason why Tesla said they'll be investing around $25 billion US dollars over the next 3 years on electric vehicle production development factories. And therefore, their reliance on China continues to decline. Mexico, the United States, and Germany are going to take more and more market share away from the vehicles made in China by Tesla. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts on this strategy in the comments. Bye-bye.